Hey everybody, welcome to Rocky Tropix Gardening. I thought I'd give you a quick update on what I've done with the old chicken coop, the old chicken yard, and what I've got planted in here at the moment. Yeah, especially since that red-bellied black snake is not here at the moment. As far as I can see, I just saw it up near the house, so I think we're good. Man, I'm sick of that snake. Anyway, what have we got? We've got some comfrey here, which is really good for your soil. I've heard that if you don't want that there for a while, don't plant it there, wherever you're going to plant it, because it likes to stay where it is. But it's very good for pulling nutrients up for your fruit trees or anything else you've got there. We've got some tomatillos that have just decided to sprout up there just for fun. This garden bed is mostly made of compost in the soil, so that's why it's getting lots of little complementary plants that I didn't actually plant. Aside from that, we've got a couple of Nellie Kelly blueberry plants. One of them is a cutting of the other. I've forgotten, I think that's the cutting, that one. We've got some peanut butter plants. My hubby went back to a fruit shop where we originally got them and bought some more so that I could plant them as seeds. So they're something interesting for if the grandkids visit, or yeah. You don't actually get a lot of actual fruit on them, but yeah, they do taste like peanut butter, which is really weird. That's a cream-coloured Californian poppy, which is really cool, so that's there for the little pollinators. This is a sad little thing. My friend Anne gave it to me, and yeah, it's a bishop's hat chili. It was doing really well. It even had a fruit on it, but a possum, I'm not sure if it's the same possum that's in my backyard doing the same thing, but came and ate all of the leaves off it, but it looks like it's coming back. It's got some tiny little leaves on there, so I think it's going to be okay. So the main set out for this garden is a diamond shape. So I've got a shorter trellis, longer trellis in the middle, and then a shorter trellis at the back. So it's kind of like a square diamond kind of shape. So this is uphill here and that's downhill. So we did have trouble with the wet in the rain season just flowing down here because it's quite downhill. It's hard to see here, but yeah, it would just flow downhill and take all of the mulch and everything in the chicken yard with it. So I'm hoping in this kind of an arrangement with the garden beds in the way, and the mulch on the pathways, hopefully it won't do that so much and it'll just nicely water everything instead. So I'm going to have my grapes that I started from seed here. They're dark grapes that I got from the supermarket. They're the ones that I showed you in the backyard on another garden tour that I thought could be muscadines. I know people in the south in America call them something else, which I can't remember. But yeah, the leaves are definitely a rotundifolia kind of plant, so they grew okay from seed. I believe that variety, or the muscadines, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, do grow well from seed and you do get good fruit. As you probably know, not everything grows well from seed that you get in the shops. So in the centre here on the long trellis is going to be paste tomatoes, so tomatoes that you need for pizza sauce or passata, that sort of thing. And yeah, so you obviously need a lot of plants, so you need a lot of space, so that's why they don't fit in my backyard. And the grapes will be here long term, as well as the blueberries. So it's either things that need to be here for long term, which don't fit in my backyard, or things that I need to grow a lot of, is what's going to be in this garden bed. So I've got the white sorghum for the chickens, got chocos. The chickens love choco leaves. We're kind of sick of the choco fruit. More green tomatillos, some more mung beans, a couple of chilies. Forgotten what kind they are. There used to be a label, but we'll find out eventually. I've just pulled out all of the chia in the backyard. There was about 4 times as much as this. It just grows so well here. And it was taking it forever to flower, and it was thickly planted like that. Probably because the seed just fell down from last time in the backyard. And it was choking out. It's actually killed a chili plant, chili pepper, and a couple of other plants in another area were killed by the Cape gooseberries getting too big over the top. So I've tried to give the sunshine back to a number of plants in the backyard at the moment, so I'll show you once that's all cleaned up and tidied up. This is a Madagascar bean or a lima bean. They have beautiful seeds, and I've never eaten them before, as far as I know. So I think they're like broad beans. You probably have to peel a big seed. The seed's about that big. You probably have to peel the outside, tough outside off. Here are some little mung beans, which are fruiting at the moment, so I've left them there. There's some tree lettuce, which apparently is an analgesic. It's a painkiller. I've basically got it there for the chickens. We don't like it, and we wouldn't use it as a painkiller. There's a little cherry tomato that decided to grow there. There's a butternut pumpkin there. It's looking a bit straggly, but it'll kick on. These are, I've just watered them and weeded them, so they'll sit up properly again soon. These are large-leafed plantains and some kale in there, as well as some mung beans. They're there for the chickens. They really like the plantains. It came from a mix of seeds from Bunnings, which is a hardware store here in Australia, called Chicken Foraging Mix, which they really seem to like quite a lot. And that came from the chicken food that got left behind, this beautiful little sunflower. There was a second one, but when I was pulling out all of this grass today, while the snake wasn't here, I was just trying to work so fast. I pulled out the second sunflower, sadly. Another choco. I think they're green chocos on this side, and the other side there are white chocos. More grapes ready to go on this last trellis here. I need to straighten some of the things. I was doing it in the rain. The star pickets are not completely straight, so I'll get hubby to help me out with that after it rains, and the ground will be a little bit softer, so that'll be good. Some more chicken food that got tossed on the ground here, so they're mostly mung beans that I left there after I've weeded and watered this morning. There's another blueberry plant, moringa that I grew from seed, more comfrey, and these are Rosella plants. They're really good for tea. That's what I use them for. A lot of people just make jam out of them, but we're trying to avoid sugar, well, large amounts of sugar at the moment. So they've got little seeds in there, so it's just sort of the outside. I don't know if could be called a calyx, and yeah, it stains things, which is great if you want it to. So you just rip off the outside from around the seeds, and you can eat it. It's quite tart. I quite like it. A lot of people don't like it, but yeah, sort of rip it up into little strips and dry it out for tea, and that's pretty tasty. I don't even put sugar in it. And it's a beautiful deep red colour in the tea, so that's great. One more thing to show you. There are a lot of pathways here the way it's set out, but I think it'll be alright because more garden beds are around you, and more weeding more weeding you have to do, I guess. This is alfalfa, otherwise known as lucerne. So that's a bit of an experiment for feeding to my chickens, so I'll plant more of that. And my friend next door has horses, so she might want to know about that too, if that's a success. Not that it would give you much for horses, because she's got about 12 of them. This is a white choco, just starting to sprout, so I thought I'd put that in there too. So that's what we've got in the mix. Hope you enjoyed watching. Hope that it's given you some ideas for your own place, or even just something to dream with, or some more information. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a lovely day. I'll see you next time.